for the first 4 games, but not for the Grizzlies, as Mike Miller will get the start. Eddie Jones with a contusion of the right hand, x-rays negative, but will not start tonight. Hakeem Warwick will be in the starting lineup, the rookie from Syracuse, who played well in the last game with 11 points. And Pau Gasol moves to center as Jake Sakalides gets benched. So a whole lot of shaking up going on as far as the Memphis lineup is concerned. Nick Stockton, along with Reggie Miller, Charles Davis is here as well. So what about the lineup changes, and how do you read that tonight, Reggie?
Well, you talk about making adjustments. That's huge adjustments for Coach Michelle. Obviously, you can see why Mike Miller is in, not knowing the status of Eddie Jones. But the rookie, Hakeem Warwick, I think he's trying to interject some life, some nuance into this Grizzlies ball club, and what better way to do it than Hakeem Warwick?
Heartbreaking loss in overtime after the Grizzlies really outplayed the Mavericks for most of the game, and Dirk Nowitzki sent it into OT with his three-point shot. But a great opportunity tonight for the Dallas Mavericks, who have a chance to move ahead, knowing that their next rivals, either the Spurs or the Kings, are locked into what is at least a 6-game series.
Well, they're at least knowing that the earliest they can start is on Sunday, possibly next Tuesday, if that series goes 7 games. So it could be a lot of rest for this Dallas Maverick team. They're coming off some nagging injuries, so I'm sure every series they've always gotten off to great starts in the first quarter, but it's been downhill after that. Let's see if they can sustain it.
And the Grizzlies were up by 6 after the first quarter as Nowitzki hits his first field goal of the game.
They got him up even in the overtime game in game 3. Let's see if they can continue to be aggressive offensively.
Howard for 3, and he's got it. Josh Howard, who despite
dumping down to the rookie. So sometimes you got to force your shot a little bit to find your rhythm.
Here's Nowitzki open for the moment, and he gives the Mavericks the lead. Rebound, 3-point play, and then controlling overtime. And the offensive foul against Warwick, so Hakeem Warwick picking up his second personal foul, making his start tonight. Started only 2 games in the regular season.
Yeah, and if anything, the knock on this kid is he's real limited offensively.
In so many ways for Avery Johnson. Really having a terrific series coming off the bench. Dirk Nowitzki with the field goal. So Nowitzki now with 6 points, hitting 3 of his. So 2.5 minutes remaining. Jerry Stackhouse out to Nowitzki. Got Pau Gasol all over him. Tough defense, and it goes through. You can't play it any better than Pau did on that one with Dirk.
Absolutely. Sometimes.
And Jason Terry, under 5 minutes to go. Nowitzki had no shot. And Jason Terry in the lane. So first and down still. Here's Nowitzki hitting the shot, and Mike Miller still is not up.
And they can't afford to lose another. He's staggered.
Was Lorenzen Wright. Here's Pau Gasol with the hook shot, and it goes off. 6-point lead for the Mavericks, who can match their biggest of the game, 8, or extend it if Nowitzki hits this 3. And he does, and the biggest lead of the game for the Dallas Mavericks with about 45 seconds left in the first half, 46 to pair.
Well, he gets the rebound, and he's the last player down the floor, and I know Pau Gasol is guarding him. You don't guard the paint. You go to the free throw line and wait for Dirk Nowitzki because he's not.
Terry, Josh Howard, Sagana Diop, Dirk Nowitzki, and Adrian Griffin for the Mavericks. Nowitzki hitting a 3, so Dirk Nowitzki 2 for 2 from downtown.
And you see right here as Dirk kind of pushes off Hakeem right here, and Hakeem is talking to the official like, hey, he pushed my arm up. Well, why he pushed your arm up, he's lacing the...
Griffin playing with the 3 fouls, finds an open shot. Off the rim, Griffin gets another offensive rebound. He's uncanny that way, and Nowitzki comes back with the basket. Adrian Griffin, and of course he's one guy. The shot clock, Pau Gasol loses it, and it's taken off over by Nowitzki, feeding Howard, who puts it in. So Josh Howard now with 17 points.
Well, love sweep. And, this franchise in this city, they are dying for a win.
Nowitzki with a 3, perfect from beyond the arc. He's 3 for 3 tonight.
There goes Dirk. Those are his sweet spots right there.
And Dirk going up, and it dropped for him. Nowitzki now with 23, has hit 10 of 17, amazingly, for Nowitzki. And the ball tipped away by Atkins, recovered inside by Dampier. And here's the shot from the corner, and a 2-point three-pointer by Nowitzki, who has 20. As the superstar in this game has dominated all the way.
Well, you know, you look at the rest of the players around the league, I think, well, who else? He's been doing it all series. Dirk Nowitzki, that lethal jump shot, but he's been killing them inside and outside. Tonight he has it going from the outside.
So Nowitzki getting a breather as we start the fourth quarter, and maybe more than just a breather. And so 31 points scored in that third quarter by the Mavericks, 20 of them from Nowitzki and Jason Terry. Devin Harris going back to Nowitzki, up fake. Warren doesn't go with it. Good ball movement. Stackhouse has all night to hit the three, and he does. Jerry Stack, 0. They have not hit a three-point basket tonight.
Well, the Mavericks really have struggled up to this series in shooting the threes. Tonight they seem to be having it going.
As Nowitzki gets 27 points.